It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. Tonight is Sidetrack Sunday, which means everything's going to go perfectly. All right, maybe not, but we'll see what happens. Tonight is take 2 of operations on the Riverside Transfer. If you were here for the first one, you'll remember things didn't go so well. I had some big issues, like I couldn't see the numbers on the cars and I couldn't seem to get anything to run through the yard. I think I've got those solved. I also worked on a couple of other things, solving some things, and we're just gonna get into it after I say hello to everybody, and we'll see what happens. It should be interesting. If everything goes well, so in my head, I'm going, things are going to go really well. So I've set up multiple trains to run, figuring that, you know, once I run one train, it'll go so smoothly, we'll just do another one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's say hello to the people joining us tonight. We got Artie from Awesome America, Model Railroading, Bernard C's in the house, BNC Systems Short Lines here at Boxcar, Jerry joining us, Cameron from Caboose 121, Roy Containerman 68, Sean Dackman Productions, Don Head is joining us on a Sunday, James from Dundas Junction Model Railroad, Frank from the Central Appalachia Crossing, we've got Edward from Happy Valley Hobbies, Jeff the Railroad Enthusiast, Jim Tedesco, Joe Rader the Black Rock Central. We've got John Benicki, we got K&R Custom Models, Kenward Model Railroad and Railroad Channel, Dwight from the Curly Express, Lauren Hurwitz is here, Low Country Railroad, Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club, Nathan Delays in the house, Nisi J, Norm Miller, Possum Bayou, Rusty is in the house, Ray Bobel, Rayron VR, the Ice Dragon, Roy Eltham's here, John from Schuylkill River Valley, Sparky 107, and I still don't have a 107 train. We got the High Plains Drifter, Thomas F, Thomas Grassi, Tim D, Trackside Mike, and last on the list, as always, our friend 3Dub. We have Wigwag Workshop. I did see a couple people drop in. Looks like Daniel Banks made it in here. If I missed you, Norm Miller popping in as well. If I missed you, New Haven Rails. As I'm looking through the list, it's like I'm about to say thank you, but then people keep popping up. Thanks everyone for being here. I really do appreciate it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun tonight, and we'll see what's going to happen. I forgot to charge the iPad, so that might make things interesting, but I might have a backup that's going to work, so, you know, we're going to see how things go. One of the things nobody's seen yet, because I just did it this weekend, I put some volt and amp meters in here. This one on the left is for all of the ESP32 cams that I had shown recently, and then this is just my accessory bus. I'm running all of the LEDs and whatnot off of 9 volts instead of 12 volts. Theory being they'll last a little bit longer. Do I really need to do it? I don't know that I really need to do it, but it's what I'm doing. Frank, thank you so much for joining the Model Citizen Club, where we all get to hang out. And just because Frank jumped in early, let's just give a quick thank you to everybody, members here on YouTube and on Patreon, as well as the sponsors that support this show. Speaking of the sponsors, Mini Prince is doing another contest for Valentine's Day, peanut butter lid contest, so check that out as well.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
So Dakman just mentioned a good idea for amp and volt gauges. I did the same on my layout. I currently have 3 set up. I got an alpha meter, which is metering the DCC. I've got those 2 meters that I have right there, one on the 9 volt, one on the 5 volt. I am also going to be adding at some point a 4.5 volt for all of my Miller engineering signs, because for some reason those are all 4.5 volts. So we're getting double audio. That's my fault. Heath changed some things. Let's find this one here. How do I do this? I can just do this. All right, that should have fixed it, I hope. I changed some cameras around again because I'm constantly changing things around. And of course, when I change things around, I always seem to mess things up. But I am hoping that what I just did has solved the double Heath problem. If it hasn't, I'm sure will get back to me. Yeah, so this used to be a webcam. If you were here on one of my previous videos, you'll know I had a webcam that just looked absolutely terrible, and it was just a huge huge disappointment, so I decided to fix that. And of course I fixed a lot of it, didn't fix all of it, but yeah, so that webcam that I was using, I've moved over to the time saver. At least for now, I moved it over to the time saver, and that view, somebody must have hit that camera, aka it must have been me. Well, it's supposed to be this view. I don't know when I hit it, but that webcam's over there. I've got a new webcam here, which obviously looks much better, makes me look much better. I don't know, it's fun. I like having the different cameras. I don't know, I'm just playing along. Does it still sound like I am echoing? I could be, for all I know. I don't know what I'm doing. Marty says all good, all good, all good. Apparently I'm good 3 times, which is pretty good news. Yeah, I think people are saying fixed. Good. Yep. The second I heard I was doubling up, I knew exactly what it was. So here's the new operations page. I hope this is going to be useful for everybody. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't work, we'll switch it up again. You know, I don't know. Daniel. I know. But I do have, so on the desk, I've got the operations computer right here. We'll be picking up this remote in a little bit. This is what I'm going to use. I have the ops stuff also over on here. So when I leave the desk, I can still see it. I've got some colored tabs in case we need them, but we'll see how that's gonna go. Yeah, a couple of us over on the Discord were talking about ways to operate, and this is a $15 option. And because I forgot to charge my iPad, we are going to be using that instead. But here's the new operations page. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to run the same, we're going to run the same railroad basically that we did last time, or the same railroad, the same train that we ran last time. I thought it would be good to kind of just run the same one, see what happens, and go from there. So we'll go into the manifest here, and I'm going to do this a little bit backwards from how I did it previously, just because, you know, I learned a little something and I haven't had time to fix it. So what I am going to do first is I'm going to do the pickups in the yard, the ones that I'm checking off now. I'm going to mark these out. I'm going to take one of my switchers, and I'm gonna pull those cars. Yeah, I know. I realize, John, if you're watching this on your phone, I get it. But yeah, do I have more cameras than Anthony Dodge? I don't know. I don't know if you noticed when we were on this screen. I got 4 more cameras ready to go right up here. I just didn't have time to wire them up, so we'll see. Yeah, this is a newer one. I had a big one that got a little bit messy, so I threw it away. This is a cheap one though, so it is the mat is like all cut up, so it's not a good mat. I don't recommend this one, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I am going to first build the train. All right, let's go back. This train that I'm going to run tonight is going to go from Croton Harmon, which is the yard, which is right here, what you're seeing here. It's actually going to be this locomotive right here. We're going to pull that over into the yard, drop some cars, pick some other cars up, and then we're going to come right back here. What happened last time was when I drove it over there, I was trying to use that to switch. It didn't work out. So we're going to do the work in the yard first, set those cars out, and then we are going to run the train over, swap stuff, and run the train back. And hopefully that's going to go a little bit better. We'll find out. We will definitely find out. Rick, if you want some help on how I set up these cameras, jump on the Discord. That is definitely going to be the best place to catch me. We can share screens and whatnot, and it'll be just much easier to help you walk through things. Being Sidetrack Sunday and being January, do we have an announcement to make? If you're a Sidetrack Sunday member, let me know if we're making an announcement today or not, and we'll see. Oh, I just found out, just got an email, I'm live, so we'll see how that goes. So let's head over here. Let's just go to this screen right here. I think that's probably, I'm going to turn the light on, actually. I've now got lights on top of these cameras, which should help give a little bit of front light. Let's use this one, 9368. Let's see if I can see well enough to get this moving. First thing I'm going to do is the thing that I always forget to do because I can never remember, is I'm turning track power on. And I don't think there was anything that you could see that would change that. But let's see, that's, what are we using? 9365, is that right? I still can't see, 9365. I still can't see the numbers on the locomotive, so I'm kind of just hoping that, I forget things a lot. I forget things all the time. So I remembered to turn the track power on. So that was a good thing. But what I forgot to do was power up the engine yard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, and I apologize for the movement. I know I shouldn't do this. But if you guys remember, I've got all these switches down here. And this switch is for the engine yard. And we're just going to turn all the rest of the yard on, just so the rest of the yard's ready to go. Now, I should be able to, if I've got the number right, I should be able to, maybe not. What I don't know, there we go. Oh. So what's the other thing I always forget to do? I always forget to set my, turnout. So we're already doing great. We're already doing great. Let's see if we can get that guy running again. Come on. So I don't know that if you guys can hear or not, but the sound keeps coming on and then stopping. So that's why I keep helping him. And it looks like it's going to be one of those nights again. This was working the other day. I now have frog juicers on everything. I ran into this problem where the frog juicers kept shorting everything. And now it's shorting things again. You are correct. It is a BLI locomotive. So I think this is the problem with these frog juicers, is they're supposed to learn. And it did learn, and it stopped. See, now it worked fine. Oh, and now it hit the other one and stopped. I'm using the PSXX circuit breakers. They're supposed to be circuit breakers that learn what is a real trip and what is a not real trip. it doesn't seem like it's learning very well right now. Oh. Or the other problem is that I had the turnout thrown in the wrong direction. I just can't win today. I just, I had this curved turnout thrown in the wrong direction. I was kind of looking down on it instead, or I was kind of looking across it instead of down on it, and I just completely screwed up setting it in the right direction. But I think I have this Y in the correct place, so I think. Oh, so I think it should be okay now, or not. Come on. So apparently the hardest part of my railroad is getting a locomotive out of staging. At least it's not shorting, it was just stopping. Oh, it's over here now. Oh, it's about to hit the bumper. There we go. Now it's moving. Oh my gosh. That was hard. That was really hard. I don't know why that was so hard. But you can see it in the top middle thing. That wasn't a DC or a DCC issue. You'd have that same problem with DC. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's stop that though and make sure. So what I'm trying to do, I need to get this locomotive one track over. I need to get it basically over here so that I can start pulling the cars from over there. So that's what we're doing. And I know I'm not reading chat, and I'm sure everybody's saying some wonderfully nice things. The other thing that I did recently is when I put in these things, I made an absolute mess out of everything. And I think that's also part of what's causing me so many problems, but maybe not. I think the moral of this story is I should just stop running trains. Right? I mean, I think that's what we're all just learning, is Heath should not run trains. These frog juicers are killing me. Yeah, Sky Crane. Exactly. Maybe you need to add LEDs to bumpers so that when the track has power, they let it. I've thought about doing that, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. The sign in front of you says Blame Heath. It does. It does. Up on the billboard, it does say Blame Heath. So what might be happening, let's just try. This is the Scotty's Model Shop track cleaner. Maybe I should have done a little track cleaning before. Maybe that would have helped. Who knows? But this should theoretically get us back here. Okay. Oh, that was so hard. Hopefully that's the hardest part of today. Hopefully that's the hardest part of today. And it just stopped on its own again. So we're going to stop there for a second. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to use this pad. What is this thing called? The Amazon Fire thing. And I am going to figure out my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that I need to pick up. It was not today. It was a while ago. Right? It's good to know I'm not the only one. Well, unfortunately, the wiring doesn't help. Yeah, exactly. Don't take my my example. Don't take my example as the example. Yeah, and that's true too. I mean, the second you try and run anything, that's when everything goes haywire. So I'm gonna use some little colored tabs that I got here. How many did I say I needed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I need 5 of these little colored tabs. I'm gonna use these to mark just the 5 cars in the yard that I need to pull over to be ready to be picked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just doing this to make my life easier. You don't really need to do this. You can just, just find them and do it. And they've got all kinds of static on them. But I'm gonna do this to help me find the cars. What's my issue? What do people say my issue? That my wiring's too clean? Turn on the cameras and you know what happens. 100%. All right, so let's turn this a little bit this way. So do I need pickup GN? Okay, let's look over here. So the first car I need to find is GN 18748. 18748. So that's this guy right here, 18748. And if these didn't have so much static, I need to get some static cling for these. So what I just did was I just put the little colored tab into the number board. So GN 3250 is the other one. Another one I have to pick up. So that's this guy right here. And I have ARLX 73006. No, 7306. I'm just adding all kinds of numbers, which is this guy here. And I need to figure out a way that these aren't so staticky. All right, MWR 1024. So we got this guy here. If I can get this guy. There we go. And then we got ARLX 14796. 14796. So those are my 5 cars. So my plan now is to use the switcher that's waiting over here to pick up those 5 cars and get those ready to be picked up by my Croton Harmon train. Yeah, everything's got frog juicers on them, so unfortunately that's not my easy solution. Daniel says, if you broadcast to the whole world your attempts to run trains, you have guaranteed the universe will notice and put a smackdown on you. Exactly. Heath, stick a piece of dry sheet in your bin, poof, static gone. Are you talking about like bounce? Like if I stuck bounce in here, would that solve my problems? Because that would be a simple thing to do, because I've got that upstairs, or I should say in the apartment, which is upstairs. But yeah. See, Thomas, that's what I was thinking as well. There's no point in him getting the ops going if he can't move the train. I know, right? All right, so let's grab this guy first. I am going to grab a little Rick stick. Let's move you. Okay, before I move you, I'm going to move this over here so that hopefully you get a whole view of everything that's going on, and I can get in a little bit closer. So I am going to disconnect these cars right here. I'm going to disconnect these cars right here. And I'm going to disconnect this car right here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to clear all these cars out in front that I'm not going to be needing and move them to another track. Come on, get, let go. There we go. So I'm going to move these two cars and this car probably over to this track here just to get them out of the way. And then we'll go start picking up the cars we need to pick up to put elsewhere. So let's see now. There we go. He's moving. He was moving. Okay, so we're going to set it up to go here. He should be going right here. Where's my track cleaning thing? I feel like maybe I should be doing this like we're doing curling, right? Like this is like curling where you clean the track as you go. Oh, so my goal is to pick this guy up without smacking it into the other one and recoupling it. Don't mind me. So pull this out now and we'll go grab this MACX 330. Come on. It hadn't stalled, it just wasn't moving. Oh, there we go. That was operator error. I'll come read the chat comments in a second, so you guys can just keep sending the wonderful positive thoughts, and I'll come read them in a second. Because I know everybody only has positive thoughts, especially when it comes to operations. There we go. Unfortunately, I did also just reconnect the other car. So we'll get back in here and we'll disconnect these again because that's what we need to do. And now we'll head out. And I'm just going to throw them on this next siding over just because that will be the easiest place for me to put them. See, now we're rolling. Now we're moving. Well, we were moving. So there we go. There we go. So I saw a question I'm curious about. Let me move this to a good spot to stop, and I want to go see what this question was. Somebody was just saying, where is it? Here we go. Yeah, you would normally couple the locomotive to the lineup of cars before uncoupling the ones you are leaving. You would usually couple up. Oh, yeah, because I pushed it back into the other one. Yep, that's what I should have done. I know. Thank you, Sparky. At least somebody's giving me a little bit of positive encouragement, and there is no unboxing, but yes, that positive encouragement said the right thing. Yeah, I know I should have waited. So if you don't know, I'm new to operations. I'm learning as I go. I've been to one op session, and a lot of it I'm just kind of like making up. I'm making things up. So okay. Question: have you tried running Eats engine over here? You turned out, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go pick these two up, then we'll pick up the next two and go from there. So which way am I going? Forward, got to go in reverse. So we'll grab those two. And we'll turn around. And we'll go grab those two Great Northern cars. Uh-oh. Stop. Huh. We seem to have had a derailment. So apparently, looks like I maybe had the switch in the wrong direction. Which surprised me because the locomotive ran over it even when it was in the wrong direction, which I thought it wouldn't have done. But it did. Uh-oh, stop. I know. Don't be watching me. Don't be watching me if you want to know how to do things right. Watch me if you want to know how I'm doing things. Reverse. Reverse. I think my biggest issues right now are just dirty track. Because now that I clean that track, it's definitely working much better than it was. And now we'll cut this last car off. If I can see it. Come on. Oh. Stop. Cut the car. Come on. Well, that was a little aggressive. That's the other thing I need to get better at is using these little Rick Sticks things. They are, they definitely take a little bit of practice to get them in exactly the right spot. All right, so now we'll go pick up this other car, this ARLX car. Yeah, I did. I threw the switch the wrong way. Yeah, Joe. Hopefully it's not too prototypical. All right. Now we'll go this way. And the locomotive stopped again. Where's my little cleaner? Here's my little cleaner. Clean the tracks. All right. That is a fantastic little cleaner if people are looking for one. Highly, highly recommend it. And there we go. All right, hold on. Give me a little space. Stop. Disconnect. There we go. So now I'm going to set this train out on this this next track over. So we're just going to move it over one track, and hopefully that's going to then make it easier to pick up. As long as I don't have anything thrown in the wrong direction, this should work just fine. Everybody hold your breath. I'm holding my breath, so I hope everybody else is holding their breath. See if this is going to work or not work. I don't know why. I don't know why this keeps shorting. Oh. I had that switch thrown in the wrong direction. Again. I'm not very good at setting my switches, am I? Okay. Now we finally got the back of the train clear. We'll send it back the other way. Woo! Watch the replay. You'll see that I threw it the wrong direction. Oh. Grandpa Rails, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. RJ Corman on standby, and I missed Wigwag sent me a super chat as well. Positive reinforcement. Enjoying the switching. Thank you. We're trying. We're trying. I can't wait until I get to grab the 111 because I've been running that and that runs really well, but it's also a 6-axle. And these shorts too, I got to figure that out. Well, you know, I was being optimistic, thinking I'd be able to run more than one train. I should have known. Should have known I'd barely get through one. Oh, stop. Come on. So do I attempt to put the locomotive back in the yard before I grab the other train? What was Thomas's good idea? What was Thomas's good idea? Where'd I miss it? I don't see it. Yeah, exactly. If you're using my shipping service, you're going to be waiting a long time. All right, come on. Go on. I'm just going to start pushing the trains, manually pushing the trains. And or just running them all faster. It almost sounds like that's off the track. Or something's off the track. That way. Oh. I just realized you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm not good at this. Okay, so it should go right into its little spot over here if it stops shorting everything out. There we go. Oh, okay, first part done. Almost. Okay. First part done. Can we take a little break now? Yeah, I know. I had to do it. Let's see. The High Plains says, great things. You're the conductor, engineer. Nobody knows the mistake except you. Exactly. It's a good thing I do not have this on video. Vicus, they need to be cleaned as often as they need to be cleaned. I've been doing a bunch of work in here, so there's probably a lot of dust all over everything. And yeah, I know. I am on a learning curve. I'm starting to think, though, maybe I should stop doing all of my learning curve activities live because it's not going very well when I do them all when I do them live. So it might be better off if I stopped trying to learn things live and do them more on my own time, you might say. But I don't think N might need to be cleaned more than HO, just because HO you can put keep alives in them. So I think that is definitely helpful. I'm just gonna go. Why don't I just go to that camera? So you can see now that the train is pulling out of staging, which is the bottom left one is pulling out of staging. We'll soon see the train in the top left one as well. Yeah, mini prints, that's probably pretty accurate, 54.4%. My business rehearses, I do not rehearse it. Dennis, you're welcome to go back. Yeah, live streams are for entertainment. Unfortunately, they also seem to be for my pain and suffering, which, you know, probably much more amusing for everybody else than for me. Let's see. So we want this train to go onto this track here, and we'll drop the cut of cars that it's bringing over, and we'll run the locomotive around, pick up the other set of cars, and we'll push them back. Dennis, you probably know the answer. Yeah, so all of the cameras except for the one on me are the ESP32s. So Norman says more pain and suffering. Yeah, that is the entertainment, is me suffering. I should probably pay attention to this train before I run it into something. I'm kind of wondering if the train's going to actually even fit on the track because I'm noticing it says to drop. It doesn't, it's looking like I'm not dropping all of the cars. I probably should have checked that before I put it in here. So, oh, I moved the throttle the wrong way. So I got to back up. All right, so let's look at this a little bit closer now. So I picked up 8 cars, and I'm only dropping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So this may be harder than I realized. I didn't realize I was only dropping 5 cars. So let's figure out which 5 cars I'm dropping. Hopefully they'll all be in, like, you know, next to each other. But knowing me, they won't be. So I'm back on the little iPad. So set out 3486, which is not even here. I've got 3486-1, but not. All right, 39992, 3345. I gotta mark these because they're all spread out and I can't keep track. So again, that's what my little these little tags are for, to mark the trains so that I can stay on top of which ones are which. And I do think I have 2 3486s, so I think I have the wrong one on this train, but we'll see that. We'll see. I like all the skylights on the cars. Yeah, I wish they were skylights. So let's see. We got 3486 here. Can anyone see what I'm doing? What screen's up? All right, that screen's up. So 3486. I just realized I probably should have individual screens for all of these, just so you can sort of see what I'm doing. But, well, you're okay for now. We'll pretend you're okay for now. 3486, 39992, which is this one. We've got 3345, which is this one. Um, 3345, we got 19040, which is this guy. Boy, I didn't realize how much switching I was going to need to do on those. What did I say? 19040. Then we got 3338. So these are the ones that are dropping. The rest of these I need to add to this other train, which means what I need to do is get this locomotive out of the way so that I can get a switcher over here to break this train down and figure that part out. This is going to be a little harder than I thought. I thought I was out of the woods. Oh, Dennis. I don't know that my OCD would allow me to do that. I don't necessarily want to take the number boards off because then I won't, you know, be able to get them back on. But what I am going to do is the cars that are going back with the train, I'm going to add, come on, I'm going to add the colors to them so that I know, so I know to add them back to the other train. So this is a little bit, you know, a little bit switch list, a little bit car cards, a little bit of a bunch of different things. So I realized, though, I did create a problem for myself. So I've now that I've got this train here and this train here, I've kind of got myself stuck as far as actually doing switching. So I'm going to take, where are we at? Let's see. So I'm going to take the locomotive And I'm going to move the locomotive out of the way and go from there. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, so yeah, I guess whoever set up the staging yard should have done that. Should have done that. Breakfast. I hope it's 8:45 at night. I hope that I'm gonna finish this off before I get to breakfast. So I've got a little bin on this side, and I need to put a little bin on this other side. So let's uncouple that. Let's move this guy forward, out of the way. Uh-oh, hold on. There we go. Gotta love 6 axles. The thing was turned in the wrong direction, but it didn't care. It just rode right over it. I'm going to use 301 now because I had so much fun with my BLI that I'm going to switch to an Atlas locomotive. And we'll see if I have any more luck with the Atlas locomotive. I am actually getting hungry. So you swap the number boards, yeah. We're not swapping number boards because then I'll just be even more confused. So the staging yard is theoretically a train coming from who knows how far away. So, yard, cut up the end. Yeah, it tells you road crew pick up train and do things. Yeah. Yeah, if I did that, that would definitely make it easier. So let's see. Let's see if this train... So now this guy's got momentum. So that's going to be an interesting little thing as we go. Although he does not seem to want to be running any better than the BLI. Come on. You can do it. Come on. My trains have never liked that 3-way for some reason. I don't know what is up with that 3-way, but the trains just do not like that 3-way. So I'm going to take this guy now, and I think I'm going to... Why is he running like that? He's running real weird right now. I know I should start double heading these. That's what I should be doing. So they're all installed. I still seem to be having problems though. Is it just me or because you have used the moved loco to do some moves? The 1111? I probably could have. The problem with the 1111 is it still has the old, not the old, it still has the Kato couplers on it, and the Kato couplers don't couple up very well. I don't know what's going on tonight. I did, after I installed the frog juicers, I had them all running great. But something is not very happy right now for whatever reason. Come on. I'm realizing the other problem I'm about to have is that the locomotive's going to be on the front of the train, not the back of the train. I've got a lot of problems. And yeah, one of the things that I talked about is adding lights to so that I know exactly what direction the switches are in, because that would definitely help. Come on. Come on. Oh, this makes me want to cry. Why am I having such problems? Why? Why? Make it stop. So this loco doesn't seem to want to run any better than the BLI did. I'm just having no luck with any of my switchers. Come on. You stop so I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. It could be that all the wheels are dirty at this point. Everyone's like, what are you doing? I can't see what you're doing. Oh. All right. I'm just going to start pushing things. Oh. Make the pain stop. Make the pain stop. I don't know why this locomotive used to run so well. I don't even know. Why aren't you running? I don't even know why you're causing so much trouble. What did you give up on? Yeah, the problem is the runaround is blocked with cars, so I kind of made a mistake. I haven't cleaned them recently, but this is the locomotive that I used to test all of the switches after I got the frog juicers set up. So I would have thought it would have been much happier, but all right. Stay there. Just stay there for a second. Now it's running. Now it's running fine. All right, let's it's a longer locomotive. I'm hoping this one's going to run a little better. We're going to find out in a second. My guess is no. So I'm moving this guy right now. Oh, and of course I had switches thrown in the wrong direction. Again. I just want to finish this one train. I just want to finish this one train. That's all I want. That's all I want. Is to just finish this one train. Oh, the switch is in the right direction. I don't know why it just derailed so badly. It is not going over this, is it not on the track? When it goes over this curved turnout, it keeps jumping the frog. All right, there we go. Let's try this. There we go. There we go. All right, come on. Go a little further. A little further. I don't know if anybody can see anything that I'm doing. I'm just so I'm so frustrated. I'm just so frustrated. Ah. Slow down. Slow down. Oh. I gotta turn out in the wrong place. I'm seeing problems with this peninsula, though. That's for darn sure. The peninsula is completely in the way. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting these cars out of the way. That's all I'm doing is I'm getting these cars out of the way. Oh, come on. Come on, stop. Stop. I'm getting these cars out of the way. I want to go here so that I can bring that other train back in and I can sort those cars. That's all I'm doing. That's the plan, because I put these in a bad spot. So now I'm just getting them out of the way. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't plan things out very well. All right. So now that that's where that is, we're going to leave that train there. We're going to grab 301 again. We're going to bring 301 back in. Or we're not, because now it's not working. Oh, oh, this is not going well. I thought this was going to go so much better. I thought this was going to go so much better. Oh, jeez. I had high hopes. I had really high hopes. I don't know why everything is just... I'm about to just yeet this, about to yeet 301. Oh, and that's not the way I wanted you to go. That's not the way I wanted you to go. You got to go back. You got to go back. Go forward. Go forward. There you go. There you go. All right, stop there. Stop there. Now you got to go back the other way. Back the other way. Yeah. I could just shut down the stream and just let everyone think, oh, there's another problem going on. Oh, I could do that. I could definitely do that. Okay. So I went a little too far, so I got to go a little bit forward, and of course it's not going to let me go forward because the train's going to cause a problem. Come on, go forward. It's like, how many locomotives am I going to need to sort these cars? I think that's really the question on the table. Come on, go forward. Ah, you were so close. All right, forget it. Forget it. You're getting uncoupled. You're getting uncoupled. I'm deciding whether to grab a different... Where's all my uncoupling sticks? I keep putting them down. 5 cars, 7 locos. Yeah, exactly. Rusty says, Heath, you're not having as many issues as I ran into trying to get a lift up like I wanted, so I decided to make it a dog bone. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Thomas. Just run on Discord so that only certain people can see the pain I am suffering. I'm like tempted to like grab a different locomotive, but I don't even know which one to grab. Like I don't know which one has any hope. I don't know which one has any hope of running any better. Nobody saw that, did they? Oh, and of course the Kato couplers connect to nothing, except now they've coupled to this locomotive and they're holding this locomotive. There we go. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. It looks almost the same. It's almost the same. It's just a little different. Don't tell anybody. Nobody saw a thing. I don't think it's on the track. I think that's going to be a problem. Is it on the track? I can't tell. I don't think it's on the track yet. Oh, how painful is this for everybody else? Is this as painful for other people as it is for me? Or am I the only one in immense pain right now? I'm trying to get it on the track in a spot where I can't really see. Come on. I'm just going to start pushing trains. Just start pushing trains. Yeah. Grab the small stick, not the big hammer. We're about to grab the big hammer. The big hammer's about to come out. Oh, all right, that was my fault. I had that switch thrown in the wrong direction. All right. Jeez. Whew. All right. Now at least I got a locomotive on the end of the cars on the right side. But now I just can't get it to move. The other thing I need to do is reprogram these Atlas locomotives. Because they've got momentum and stuff set up, so they like... Come on. Oh, stop, stop, stop. You're gonna derail. So I'm gonna take this one car, we're gonna move the one car over to the other train. And we're gonna move that guy. We'll move this guy over to here. Hopefully we'll move that guy over to there. Ah! Keep going, keep going, keep going. Then we'll take these next couple red cars and we'll move them, we'll move them out of the way. Too much momentum. Hello, goodbye. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that. All right, so now I got to move those somewhere. Now I know why nobody streams op sessions. Everybody that does op sessions does them like pre-recorded or does them some other way, and I'm really learning why. It definitely seems to be much smarter to not do them while other people are watching. Especially in N scale. I think trying to do all this in N scale is also probably a huge mistake. All right, now we're gonna cut this off. Get out of here. So I need to get this car and this car. So we still have, is anybody still watching, or is everybody like bailed at this point and been like, God, this is crazy? I don't know that I could watch, like if like this would be driving me crazy. All right, don't hit it so hard. There you go. There you go. There we go. Now, this guy, unfortunately, I don't have enough room on that track, so I'm going to have to put this guy over here. I'm going to move this guy over here. I need to get some better cameras on the yard so that I can show this better, because it's probably really hard to see on the cameras that I've got up there right now. And I guess what I should do is maybe move this one so you can see. I don't know if this camera is any better. Or maybe this camera. Maybe I should do this one. Let's see. If I put this one here, there we go. Maybe that's going to be better. Let's do that camera. That should give us a better view. Hi. Are you going to come back, or are you stuck? You're stuck, aren't you? At least I've got the audio on so I could hear when that guy gets stuck at least. Turn that light on. Try not to pull anything apart. All right, so we're going to take these two red ones and we'll move them out of the way. I know, I'm not reading the chat. I know. I feel bad. I'm sure everyone's saying wonderfully positive thoughts, just like Sparky was doing earlier. Oh. See, now I'm not thinking and I'm making mistakes. All right. I am curious, like prototypically in a yard, how many locomotives would they have moving all this stuff around? I mean, it seems like a lot of work for one locomotive, but I mean, maybe they have the time to do it, so they can just spend as much time as they want moving everything around. I don't really know the answer. All right, so now this guy, we can pull this guy out of here. So now we'll pick up this car and we'll grab this car, we'll add them onto here, we'll bring the other locomotive around, and hopefully, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's just go get this car. Oh, what are people saying? One per direction. I've always wanted the same thing. Why don't you drop the barge portion while you switch? I probably should at this point, right? That would make a lot more sense than what I'm doing. But at this point, I think like my brain has stopped working and all logic is out the window. So I'm just kind of doing stuff. All right, so we need to, you know what? Leave that there. I'm gonna get rid of that first. I'm gonna put it in the yard where it needs to go. All right, so let's put this in the yard where it needs to go. Then we'll finish building that train. We'll pull that train out of there. We'll set it back on the track because I'm gonna push the train back into staging so the locomotive is on the quote unquote correct side of the train to come back out of staging. So I do want to set this up to be pushed out. So let's pick this guy up first. And for some reason over here, it keeps getting stuck. Logic, yeah, I'm definitely not using any sort of logic at this point. I am going purely on chaos. Chaos is reigning supreme on the Riverside Transfer. And of course, I'm going to have to drive the locomotive back over those tracks in a second. So I am going to give them a little bit of a clean stop. Don't run into the other one. All right, so now let's go forward. I'm getting enough speed up, hopefully, that I'm just gonna, oh, and of course it didn't work. It completely just stopped. Why is it? I don't know why this turnout seems to be dead. I may have to, it was working the other day, I tell you. It was working the other day. Oh, wait a second, stop. That was completely the wrong thing. Forward. Forward. I want to pick up the rest of these cars, is what I'm trying to do. There we go. All right, so now I can pull off this other locomotive that I brought out just for fun. And I'm probably not going to make it over that switch again. So I'm going like full speed. Full speed. See if I can get over that switch. No, see, it's like that switch seems to be dead. But why would that switch be dead? I don't know. Everything was working fine the other day. I don't know. I don't know if it's the frog or what. I'll have to figure that out. Another problem on the railroad. All right, so now we're going to reverse this. It's going to get stuck over there again. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Come on. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Oh, come on. Is anyone else impressed that I haven't used any curse words yet? Because that's what I'm impressed about. All right, so let's get this guy off of here. Let's go. Let me get this guy out of the way. Come on, a little bit further forward. Stop. And of course you're on the one that doesn't work. All right, so I'm going to get this guy out of here if I can get it to move. You can get this guy completely out of the way. Go a little further, a little further. Come on. I don't want to touch you. Don't make me touch you. Come on, you can do it. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to get this guy, put this guy back in the yard. He really needs to go here. I don't know why you just died. Oh, you died because the yard's off. Helps if you have the power onto the yard. Okay, so that train just collided into the other one because I'm getting impatient. Let's get rid of this one. Let's go 2246. Let's get him out of there, hopefully, if he's going to respond or not. Why aren't you responding? You should be moving. The power's on. Why aren't you moving? Red. Yeah, you're on. Come on. There we go. So the reason I'm moving that guy now, yeah, I know, right? The reason I'm moving that guy now is so that, uh-oh. I know, I forgot I had to throw this turnout. I'm going to move this guy so that when I'm, once I pull the other train back, I've got everything where it needs to go. Yeah, I shouldn't have looked at the chat. I just totally shot myself in the foot. Can I blame Mini Prince for that one? Because I saw his comment and I went back there to look at it. All right, so there's that one going. Yep, he hit that place as well, and I think he just got stuck as well. Something's wrong with this guy. Get him off that track. He should be moving now. There we go. Put him away. This is the kind of stuff that makes you never want to operate again. It's like, the running trains is definitely not the fun part. Oh, and I just ran over that turnout in the wrong direction too. Because I didn't have that guy set in the right direction. Oh, and now, again, these couplers never work when you want them to. And now it keeps working. Come on. There we go. All right, go home. Go home. I'm done with you. Go home. Oh, go to your spot. Sit. Stop. Stop. Oh, let's put the turnout in the right direction. Let's line everything up. Let's line the switches up. Come on. Nope, nope. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. I should move the switches before I start moving the train. Take your time. Let's get this done. Nope, this way. That way. All right, let's try this again. Now, I don't know what, I didn't look to see which track this is supposed to go to. I should probably check that out. Track 3. So we're going into a different track. So I need to go here. So we're going into the purple track instead of the other track. I can't believe I thought that I was gonna get to 2 trains. We should all just print stop so when he looks at the comments, that's all he sees. I know. Maybe time for a drug test? Probably. You need a visor monitor on a ball cap so you can see your chat. If this iPad was charged, I would have done that. So I don't know if you guys can see, but it's pulling into the right track. So I've got everything set correctly. Yeah, I was supposed to. The 3 Atlas ESU locomotives that I have over there, I have not done really any programming on them, so that's kind of what was going on there. But track power's off. Trains are off. Oh. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. That was just I think that was almost worse than the first one. And I think it was worse than the first one because I thought it would go better. So I thought the first one went terribly. And now this one was worse than the first one. The BLIs do not support braking. The ESU ones do. I don't have either of them set up. Yeah, when I'm doing a live stream and people are watching, like I feel like I need to do like some action. I need like things to be happening. So like when I'm having problems, I start rushing and rushing. Sparky, you didn't miss a thing. As long as you keep bringing the positive comments, I will keep Steven, no, it wasn't. This was an awesome stream. You'll get it sorted today. Yeah, I don't know what the yeah, I need to turn off momentum. The BLI locomotives all have the momentum turned off, but for whatever, the BLIs have a really high inrush current, so they were giving me a lot of problems on the frogs. So that's why I went to the ESU locomotives, but I haven't removed the momentum off the ESU. locomotives. Do people want to see me try and troubleshoot that that one turnout that's dead? See if we can figure out why it's not why it's causing me so many headaches. I do have I don't know which camera's on this camera. I do have a ramp meter, so Lynn, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate immensely the positive vibes. So let's if people don't know, this is a ramp meter. This is specifically designed to work with DC AC or DCC, which is what I am going to use it for. It would be for DCC. So Derek wants me to open a box. Brake push X on the UT6D. I've been brake. Doesn't brake just cut the power to the entire track? Please don't get discouraged. We need to see this. Yeah, I'm discouraged, thoroughly discouraged. But let's see. Let's take a second and see if we can do the. Oh, people keep commenting on the magazine that's on my bench. Yeah, so. Dwight says, wow, I like that camera view. Go back to it. I don't know which one you were talking about. Which camera view? Was it one of the front ones, or were you talking about like this one? Or were you talking about it? Stop is different than emergency off. If I hit the X, does it stop everything on the railroad, or does it stop just the locomotive? I think we need to discuss track and wheel cleaning and check your turnouts for gauge. Probably. Yeah, this is the new camera setup today that I replaced with the other one. Practice makes perfect. I hope, because right now it just makes me want to cry. So it was this turnout right here. I should probably turn track power back on, because if I don't turn track power back on, ain't nothing's gonna happen. So, oh, that was interesting. Oh, this throttle is not connected. I grabbed my other Digitrax throttle because it was the one sitting on my bench, but I reset the channel on my UR93, so it didn't know to reconnect. Huh, it's still not reconnecting. Well, track power's on. If we look at the ramp meter, I'll put the ramp meter right here. I think, is that a good spot? Can people see it? So if I touch this track, which should be working, we'll see 14.8. If I touch this track, see 14.8. And let's see, if we touch these, 14.6, 0.8. If we touch these, nothing. 14.8. Huh. So why is this rail dead? There's an isolator there, insulated joiner there. If this track has power like that, when I go to here, so it's this. Oh, because I have two insulated joiners here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Story time. When I hooked up all the frog juicers, Bill, thank you so much. $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. I hope we're all learning. So these are Pico switches. It's a combination of Pico Unifrogs and Pico Electrofrogs. So I have the insulated joint. So the reason they're insulated joiners is because that turnout, here, let's go over here. Let's go back over here. So this turnout right here, it's actually a Y. It's a Y and it's an Electrofrog. So on the Electrofrogs, you have to insulate these two joiners or do a whole bunch of modification. So what I did is I insulated these two joiners because my intention has always been to power the frogs. When I went and I wired up all of the frogs, what I learned was that one of my frogs wasn't powered or didn't have a feeder. One of my frogs didn't have a feeder. And it turns out it was this frog. I completely forgot that I needed to add a feeder to this frog. So it, yeah, power's still on. So if I go this way, it's working. So theoretically, if I throw this the other way and I'm cleaning it out, the thing. So theoretically, this should work now, but it's not. So I don't know what, oh, there we go. So for some reason, it's working this way, but it's not making the connection on this one to power the frog on this side. Oh, there we go. Now I got it. Yep, there we go. So the reason why it works sometimes is it's a Pico Electrofrog, and the Pico Electrofrogs, you isolate the two on this side, and then what feeds power to your frog is then your point rails. So when your point rail, goes over, it feeds the frog with the power from, the other rail or whatever, right? So it had worked for a while, but these trees right here keep falling on the tracks. And my guess, if I do a bunch of investigative looking, is there may have been some tree or something debris in there. So when the switch was thrown this way, I wasn't getting, it wasn't passing the power. So two options are run it on frog wire or keep your point rails clean. So Dwight, I messaged him. What'd you message me? You missed the new member note. Oh, Vikas, where'd it go? I see it here. Vikas Shiva, welcome, new member to the Model Citizen. Here it is. There we go. Thanks for pointing that out, and thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it, and I really appreciate it, especially on a show like tonight when things just went completely haywire. So yeah, it's a sap on a tree. I think it must have been, but yeah, that's I'm glad that was a simple fix to figure out. I need to remember, that's a good point, drop a little CRC 226 on it. I'm gonna power that frog. I've got a frog juicer under there with a spot for it to be connected to. I just have to solder a wire on and do it. So I'm glad I was able to figure that out, and I'm glad it was something simple. I don't know why I don't know why 62 of you are still worried. No, I'm not making fast track turnouts. What Pico is expanding their line, is my understanding. and they are going to make all of their electrofrogs as unifrogs, which will definitely help here. But thanks, Gus. Really appreciate it. Definitely do. Where did I see this? Oh, Derek says the whining was awesome. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. I still love how Dwarf Human is compared to the height of his train room. It is taller. Here's for the wine and cheese. Yeah, so this was good. The new cam makes the room look bigger. Yeah, this is now a GoPro 9. The GoPro 9 was giving me it's just giving me a lot of problems. So with the time saver, I wanted a camera that wasn't going to give me so many problems. And of course, this camera doesn't lock down at all. So I still need to figure out better cameras for the time saver. I'm waiting for it to switch. It's gonna switch to another one. Loving the real estate cam. Is that what this one is? Thank you, Derek. Yeah, like I just gotta stick with it. And this is Sidetrack Sunday, so I guess it's I guess it'll get there. And yeah, as I mentioned, I apologize. I was not able. I don't know why it's not switching. It should be switching cameras. Nothing's working right. I apologize. Not that one. Apologize for not looking at the chat more tonight. Normally, what I would have done is brought the chat up on my iPad. I unfortunately forgot to charge the iPad, so I wasn't able to bring it up. But normally what I would do is, and I'm waiting for it to load so I can show you guys. There we go. It's coming. Maybe it's coming. I need a 360 camera so we can spin ourselves around. That would be interesting. Although the reason all the cameras are pointing in that direction and none are pointing this way is for a reason. But yeah, so if you look at here, this is what I normally have set up. Is I have this set up so that I can use this to click and bring up chat comments, and I normally would have charged this ahead of time and brought it over with me to the layout. But that's why I wasn't doing it. And yeah, Bill, you are probably very correct. Not watching the chat was probably a better thing than watching the chat at this point. So yeah, excuses. I know. These are, so all of these iPads, all the iPads I'm using, this camera is an iPad, this camera is an iPad. So when we go to this view, you can see like this camera over here, it's an iPad on a stand, and this camera is an iPad on a stand. These are all iPads that I essentially pulled out of the trash, and that's kind of what you get when you pull stuff out of the trash is the batteries don't work. So this one will hold a charge for the 2 hours of a show, but these other ones basically die when they're not plugged in. So Gail, hello. Thank you for joining. I hope it wasn't too funny for you. Container says if I can mount it outside, I would, but it wouldn't be high enough to clear tall loads. So looking it back over the load wouldn't work. Yeah. I do like some people have those 360 cameras that they drive around with, and it's pretty interesting. Endeavor to persevere. That's how you do it, Heath. Plowing through all the tragic turmoil and devastation. I do actually. If you guys have gone, I'm trying to find it now. If you guys have ever noticed on my YouTube channel. I'm going to bring this up and I'll share my screen. Right here, the big header on my YouTube channel is creativity through perseverance. And tonight was a little rough. The last time I tried to do operations was a little rough. So Yeah, it's been interesting, but this is what I'm leaning into. I'm trying to lean into this, right? That, you know, through persevering, through continuing on, through pushing, that's how I'm gonna have at some point a really, you know, fantastic and amazing railroad. So, from the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.